Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, was one of the most exciting things to come out of DC's fandom event. A sequel/reboot, but also neither, to the 2016 film, with a huge cast playing an insane crew of misfit toys showcased in a behind-the-scenes teaser. I am gonna comb through this footage frame by frame to point out the visual details and Easter eggs that you need to know about to explain what this movie is, the plot, the characters, the villain, who, if any of them, will make it out alive, and how we are seeing John Cena since he's supposed to be invisible. Spoiler warning in case any of my predictions end up being right. I have gotten kind of good at finding things that filmmakers are like, oh shit, I didn't mean for that to be in the trailer. And before I continue, I am super excited to announce that Omaze is offering you the chance to win a $20,000 dream PC. Taxes and shipping are included, and even better, every donation benefits a great cause. All you gotta do is go to omaze.com/rockstars and enter your chance to win. Okay, this behind the scenes teaser is an insane scattershot of film footage, candid set moments, cast photo shoots, and more. It doesn't really have that short film narrative that traditional trailers do. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna boil this down to the big details that are hard to catch, and then reassemble the available footage to answer your big questions. First, how does this connect to the previous Suicide Squad? So James Gunn is avoiding calling this film a sequel because it's not really a continuation of the plot in the world as it was left from the first film, but rather a sequel to the type of suicide missions in John Osterman's Suicide Squad comics in the late 80s. But this movie is set in the continuity of the DC Extended Universe, with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, Viola Davis's Amanda Waller, Joel Kinnaman's Rick Flag, and Jai Courtney's Captain Boomerang returning for this new mission. Will Smith's Deadshot still exists in this universe, but the actor elected not to return for this film. But joining those four will be a cast of newcomers, characters ranging in levels of fame and obscurity from the roster of DC villains. Idris Elba is confirmed to play Bloodsport. Robert Dubois, a mercenary who previously shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet. John Cena plays Peacemaker, aka Christopher Smith, a kind of pacifist who in the comics uses non-lethal weapons and methods, but in this movie finds a way to seek peace by killing people. Cena described his character as a douchey Captain America. Flula Borg plays Javelin, a German athlete and former Green Lantern foe who uses yeah, you know. Pete Davidson plays Blackguard, aka Richard Dick Hertz, who's kind of an idiot with powerful armor from the Booster Gold comics. Yondu actor Michael Rooker is playing Savant. Brian Derlin, a cyber criminal and martial artist enemy to the Birds of Prey turned kind of disloyal jerk in recent Suicide Squad comics. Nathan Fillion is a character named TDK, which we're thinking might stand for the Detachable Kid, based on Arm Fall Off Boy, whose arms plorp off and then can be used as weapons. His logo shows a skull with two severed arms, and early in this behind the scenes footage, there's a quick flash of storyboard previs visuals where you can see his detached arms. Flula Borg also hinted at this.
Everyone's exploding, genitals, heads, arms, legs.
Yeah, I am so excited. Similarly bizarre is David Dastmalchian as Polka-Dot Man. Abner Krill, kind of a minor Batman villain who flings the polka dots off his suit as weapons. There's a very quick shot in the trailer showing those polka dots freakishly bulging out of his skin like goiters, suggesting that he might have to squeeze these out of his flesh. Daniela Melchior is Ratcatcher 2, a female version of the Batman villain Ratcatcher, a former exterminator who can communicate with and control an army of rats. Comedian Steve Agee plays King Shark, a villain to Superboy and the CW Flash. This guy looks awesome. We see him eating a dude in the trailer. There is some debate over whether Agee is doing the mocap and the voice or just the mocap, but I'm pretty sure he's doing both. We'll talk more about this in a bit. Peter Capaldi is the Thinker, a Firestorm villain also in the CW Flash series, but here he has more comic accurate nodes on his head. He's super smart, he's got telepathy, telekinesis. Then Mei Ling Ong is Mongao, an alien warrior with super agility, twin sister to Mongol the Younger, and it's pretty nuts that she's in this because it suggests aliens other than Kryptonians exist in this universe. Sure, why not? But also might tell us something about this movie's big twist. Alice Braga plays Sol Soria, who I'm guessing is a female version of Juan Soria from the DC Comics, whose hands have been replaced with cybernetic nanite implants that can be used to crack open doors or jailbreak stuff. And then, of course, Sean Gunn, who mocapped as Rocket in the Marvel films. He is now suiting back up in that mocap suit as Weasel. God bless this man. Now, throughout this teaser, cast and crew have made it clear that a number of these people will die.
Don't get too attached.
So which ones should we get attached to? And what are they trying to do that's putting them in so much danger? What's the suicide mission? Well, tomorrow's episode of Rogue Theory is going to go into some alternate ideas of what the mission could be, but here's what I think it is. Two more cast members that I did not mention are Joaquin Casillo, who's playing Major General Mateo Suarez, and Juan Diego Boto as Presidente General Silvio Luna. I think you can briefly see Suarez standing on a Jeep, fleeing a set at this tropical fortress to get a much better fully rendered shot of as well, where the top of that tower has been badly damaged, leaving rubble down below. This seems like the compound that the Suicide Squad is trying to break into. They shot this movie in Panama, and fighting with or alongside the squad appear to be South American soldiers with patches of a flag colored red, yellow, and blue. Now, the South American countries Venezuela, Ecuador, Colombia feature those same colors on their flags, but all three of those countries order them yellow, then blue, then red. Either way, I think what we're looking at is a fictional South American country in the midst of a military coup or a civil war, some kind of change of power, a conflict between the political leader, Luna, and the military commander, Suarez. And the US government is sending in the Suicide Squad to intervene, I think, to help Suarez take control from Presidente Luna, who has lost it. Also notice how in all the trailer footage, for the most part, the cast seems to be split up into two teams. I think this is intentional, and I think the fandom panel playing that game with two teams is a clue to that. But before we continue, thanks to Omaze for sponsoring this video. Enter for your chance to win $20,000 to build your ultimate dream PC while supporting a great charity by going to omaze.com/rockstars and using the code ROCKSTARS50 for 50 additional entries. Omaze's model democratizes traditional auction giving by offering everyone the chance to have a once-in-a-lifetime experience that also benefits a charity. Through the Omaze platform, people from more than 180 countries have made donations that support over 350 charities, raising more money than traditional methods. They've given over $130 million to charity, and their goal is to raise $1 billion in a single year. On Omaze, you can enter to win a Tesla or a vacation in New Zealand or have a virtual play date with Big Bird while supporting charities like Make-A-Wish and the Boys and Girls Club. Omaze is offering you the chance to win an ultimate dream PC. Taxes and shipping are included, and even better, every donation benefits a great cause, Gamers Outreach, a charity that works with the gaming community to provide recreation for kids in hospitals. Miranda L. from Laguna Niguel, California recently won an Ultimate Dream PC. So for your chance to be like Miranda L. and win the Ultimate Dream PC, go to omaze.com/rockstars and enter the code ROCKSTARS50 for 50 additional entries. Every donation supports Gamers Outreach, so hurry up, that's omaze.com/rockstars. Go there, donate, and good luck. The first group I'm going to call Team Flag, not just because they're all lined up marching in front of a huge ass flag, but also because they appear to be led by Rick Flag. That team includes Savant, TDK, Captain Boomerang, Javelin, Mongal, Blackguard, and Weasel. Yeah, throughout this footage, aside from the full cast photo shoots, you rarely see any of the characters from Team Flag outside of their recruitment from prison, or headed off toward the mission, or in the very first part of that mission, that nighttime storming of the beach. And then we rarely or never see those characters get much further than that from this footage. By contrast, the characters who, as of right now, are seeing a lot more action tend to be shown grouped together in another team. And I hate to say it, it does contain the more famous movie stars or weirder Groot-style misfits who we would want to see more of throughout the mission. I'm talking about Bloodsport, Peacemaker, Harley Quinn, King Shark, The Thinker, Polka-Dot Man, Ratcatcher 2, maybe also Solsaria. I'm calling this group Team Waller, after the opposing team captain from the fandom panel. There's also a shot of Waller recruiting Peacemaker and Bloodsport from prison, and a shot of her with Steve Agee, who's not King Shark yet. I believe Rick Flag will lead the first wave of his assembled Task Force X, containing a bunch of these one-note oddballs, many of whom get immediately killed off or incapacitated, which then requires Waller to send in the backup team to rescue the others and finish the job. Notice how there's a shot of Blackguard appearing to surrender right away on the beach, and then Javelin's javelin can be seen throughout the footage, later carried by Harley Quinn. Now, a few from this first team might survive, like Rick Flag can later be seen sparring with Peacemaker, maybe Boomerang, maybe Mongal, who can be seen with Harley, but I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Blackguard, Javelin, Savant, TDK, Weasel get slip-knotted early. But why would Team Flag lose so badly? What secret weapon did El Presidente General Luna unleash on this first wave? Okay, if you look closely in the opening shots of this teaser, there is a literal blink if you miss it frame of tanks filled with some bubbling red liquid. A lab presumably conducting research on some kind of organic matter. Now back to Steve Agee, part of the reason some people think he won't be doing the voice of King Shark is a report that Taika Waititi will be playing a still unknown surprise voiceover role for the film. But I don't think Waititi is voicing King Shark. Agee is a hilarious hilarious vocal performer. They hired him for a reason. Instead, I think Waititi's iconic voice will be in a role that's even more key to this plot. Okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I want you to look very closely at this shot of Polka-Dot Man early in the trailer. Among the soldiers in the background, on the far left of frame, there is one that is incapacitated with something bright pink with a blue stripe latched onto that soldier's face. Recently, there was another report saying that the DC villain Starro will play a role in this Suicide Squad film. So Starro the Conqueror was the first villain faced by the Justice League of America. It's a starfish-like extraterrestrial that came to Earth and empowered 3 starfish, one of which took over a small seaside town in Rhode Island. The starfish latch onto the face and control the mind of the host. Actually, Rick and Morty writers recently cited Starro as the inspiration for the Glorzo facehuggers, and Waititi having voiced Gluty on Rick and Morty, an alien aiming to conquer Earth via the Love Finders relationship app. He would be perfect as the voice of Starro. Again, I'm not making this up. We have proof in the footage of some kind of starfish-looking thing with the same color scheme as Starro latched onto a soldier's face. There are a bunch of shots of the B-team in this office building in this town where some explosion appears to lead this office getting flooded. It's an office building higher than sea level. Why is it filled with water? Well, I think that explosion could be bursting a tank filled with those starfish, which is what the Polka-Dot Man could be flinging his polka dots at. So I think some Starro starfish have infested this seaside South American base, set up residency with tanks and labs to incubate more of those offspring, and taking control of El Presidente General Luna, whose name in Spanish translates to moon. Maybe a reference reflecting these things' arrival from space, necessitating Suarez to attempt a coup but fails, and then Flag comes in to lead one Suicide Squad without knowing what they're really dealing with, so they fail too. Maybe with some of them getting Starroed, like it'd be pretty hilarious if Dick Hertz got Starroed in a way that lives up to his name. Then in that group, Mongal, as the one extraterrestrial of that team, recognizes that shit right away and knows to stay back. So then Flag has to begrudgingly radio to Waller for backup, and Waller sends in the Suicide Squad, including experts in mind control and in pest control, and yeah, a fucking sea creature. Their goal, to wreck the stars. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, parasitic alien starfish and a South American military coup. It's a bit of a bonkers plot, but I also think it is perfectly in line with James Gunn's creativity, and honestly, I hope it's the tip of the iceberg with how insane this movie gets. Look, there is still more to talk about from the reveals at DC Fandom, including news about this insane Flashpoint movie in the works. To get our coverage right away when it comes out, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. And for more personal takes on all this stuff, New Rockstars has a super fun Discord community that we love. It's for patrons of all tiers, even $1 a month. Just go to patreon.com/newrockstars. Follow me on Instagram at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. And again, for a chance to win a $20,000 Dream PC and benefit a great cause, go to omaze.com/rockstars and enter for your chance to win. Thanks for watching. Bye.